Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Global Happenings to the YouTube channel. Peter Obi has been in the radar for a long while now, and the position have been dragging him front, back, and center simply because of his stand. Each time he writes anything, they personalize it, they scrutinize it, look for any loophole that they can. Even if they can't see any, they just generally turn the narrative to suit them and the propaganda. And top of the list is the fact that Peter Obi have always made one of his statements. In fact, it was actually it still is a mantra for him, where he believes that the North is the next oil and gas. The North has what it takes. The landmass is what may become the future of Nigeria, that will change the narrative of Nigeria for good. And he believes that he will start the positive change if he becomes the president of Nigeria from the North, where he begins to change the Nigerian story from the North to the South and to every part of the nation, nationwide. And he magnifies some certain keynotes that became a source of worry to opposition. And this is becoming very interesting. And Nigerians have decided to wage into the matter, because now the question now is, how did we get to this level? Now, one of the topmost media gurus have decided to take time to explain some of the issues that is bedeviling this whole issue of Peter Obi this, Peter Obi that. And this is his standpoint. And many Nigerians are looking through it as APC and strong northern proponents are beginning to look at Peter Obi in a different dimension. But then, are they truly looking at Peter Obi in a different dimension? In the moment, we're going to find out. Before we do that, kindly subscribe to our channel. Well, let's hit the ground running very quickly. Media scholar Professor Farouk Berougi, on some few hours ago, waded into the controversy generated by Peter Obi's reference to the poverty in the North in an April 18 Twitter trend. The report has it that Perougi said that Northerners are resentful of the Labour Party presidential candidate oblique reference to the poverty in the North because he is an outsider, who is in addition resented for asking the church to take back its country and for characterizing the 2023 election as a religious war between Muslims and Christians. According to this whole issue, Obi stated this in a series of tweets on April 18th, that he was committed to lifting people out of poverty. I quote him, said, "I remain committed to transforming Nigeria, starting from the North to every part of the nation." Many people in the North were offended by this, especially Northern Muslims, who saw the tweet as a stereotypical denigration of their community. Obi's spotlight on the North is, of course, balanced on a thick trend of irrefutably solid statistical evidence. Karigo wrote in his weekly column, according to the National Bureau of Statistics, NBS, 86 million, that's 86 million, or 65% of the 133 million Nigerians who are writhing in indescribably suffocating multidimensional poverty as of the end of last year were in the North. The North makes up 54% of Nigeria's population, 70% of its landmass. Therefore, there is certainly an imbalance if the area is home to 65% of the country's poorest citizens. Given the situation, it makes sense that Obi decided to highlight the North poverty, as he had done numerous times before, and use it as the foundation for his will to alter Nigeria. Had he focused on the South, he might have also been charged with being too regionally egocentrical. But to assume that everyone in the North will interpret Obi's message in the same manner as I have would be to have a narrow comprehension of human motivations and behaviors. You see, every region in Nigeria has its own archetypical vulnerabilities about which it is sensitive to, as I previously stated, from trafficking to prostitution to in foreign countries to alcoholism to 419 to all manner and so on and so forth. Nigerians are able to easily terrorize crimes and undesirable features within their national space, and they frequently do so. This stereotypical issues of crimes, derogatory stereotypes are frequently regarded as objectable when spoken by outsiders, but are accepted and even commended when spoken by insiders. Numerous Northerners have raised awareness of the widespread poverty in the North and received recognition for it. For instance, Sanusi Lamido Sanusi has been harsh and unforgiving when he draws attention to the region's poverty and the culture that contributes to it. Aliko Dangote, the world's richest black person, and coincidentally a northern Nigerian, also said way worse things about poverty in the north than Obi could ever say when he spoke at the 4th Kaduna Investment Summit on April 3rd, 2019. In a nutshell, Peter Obi said something that all of them know that is the truth, but because it was said by Peter Obi, who is seen as an outsider because it's from the north, it's a southerner, not within the northern space, is seen as not saying the truth, but trying to make them feel as if they're poor. This whole thing trended for a long while, and southerners now said, okay, fine. If we say the north is going through abject poverty because of the way leadership trend has gone and it has been unfavorable to them, you can agree with me, if no matter what you want to call, if it's propaganda or not, that the north have suffered so much when it comes to issue of insecurity. They have the highest IDP camps. You can't take that away, even if you want to call it propaganda. But then again, it will be seen as Obi being very self-centered if he said he will start his development from the south. So you see why we don't want Southern to become the president. But it's okay, fine. We will start from the north where we are seeing landmarks. We're already seeing, where we're going to start from. And you still see that you actually, some of them that the likes of, I can't forget what the likes of Bashir said. He said they're actually insulting the north, that they are poor, that if you check it at the poverty level, it's actually very high in Southeast. Many Nigerians from the Southeast extraction said, fine, we're okay with it. Please, Obi, we agree that a lot of persons, many Nigerians, in fact, Southeast who's the poorest people in Nigeria. Please, can you start, when you become the president, can you start with developmental strike from the Southeast? Yoruba said no, Southwest said no, please, it is actually Southwest. If you check Lagos and if you want to check by miles statistics, mile difference, that distance by miles, you notice that Lagos have the highest poverty rate. Please start your developmental stride from the west, which is from Lagos. See, everybody now begin to say, okay, fine. See, the north does not want to accept. Please, we accept, so that the whole development will start from us. And also the benefit that the north is enjoying, which is 60% federal character. The fact that 60% of them enjoy educational subsidy, where even if you don't have a particular cutoff, they give consideration to those who are from the north. They should start giving it also from those who are from the south, since they believe that they are actually stereotyping them. Now, in a nutshell, let's tell ourselves the truth and forget about propaganda. We need one another. The north have a lot of landmass. Obi have observed that. That's actually the truth, and we can work together in synergy. But do not let these politicians begin to blind your eyes towards it, begin to make you not want to hear the truth. The truth. Sometimes our problems are solved when we know this truth and agree that we have an issue. Let's go wrap it up. Let's meet in